So, back for some more Battle Spot doubles with my VGC16 team that I'm using in Battle Spot doubles instead, with Salamence and Sylveon over Rayquaza and Xerneas. And that's a bit better. 3-1 now, so... I was not doing so well at the beginning with this team. On the first episodes, lost both of the matches, but then started to get into the rhythm now with the team. Going to face someone who's just starting their Battle Spot journey. Or maybe they've completely broken even. And that's a Regice. Interesting. I don't think I've faced a Regice for ages. Like, did you even see them in 15 at all? It's got amazing special defense, but maybe if you pair it with an Electric Seed, it's going to have amazing bulk, but then can't really make use of that. So, very curious to see what it does. I hope he brings it. And I mean, I got Salamence, so he's going to bring at least one of ABOMASNOW or Regice. If not both. But my Rotom looks pretty good. As long as it can stay away from the ABOMASNOW, Rotom looks really good. And I've got an Infernape, I've got a Salamence and he doesn't have Trick Room, and I've got an Aegislash. So are those the four that I'm going to bring? Because I kind of like Sylveon here as well. I'm going to go with Infernape and I'm going to go with Sylveon. I don't know whether I want my Salamence or not. I don't think I do. I'm going to go with Rotom and I'm going to go with Aegislash. It's weird not bringing Salamence because I almost always bring Salamence to the matches. But then again, it's usually a Dragon Dance Salamence and that's by far the best Salamence. So, we'll see. Should be able to get a Carmine up here. Could have... The worst case would be like Groundy and Garchomp, I guess. But getting a Calm Mind is my goal at the moment, even if I'm going to be facing down a Regice. So at least straight off with the ABOMASNOW. Okay. So, I've got a pretty obvious Fake Out target here. But then again, I've also got a pretty obvious Overheat target as well. So, And that's also going to be a Mega Gyarados. Which is good, because I've got Sylveon. And an Infernape. But I think my goal was to get the Calm Mind up. Because he can't just let me Fire Move into it. Although I was saying that Rotom will have an amazing time if the ABOMASNOW disappears, but surely he won't just let me make his ABOMASNOW disappear. So I'm going to Fake Out his Gyarados, and I'm going to get a Calm Mind. Hopefully he's not a physical ABOMASNOW. It could be, actually, both of them could be Mega. I was just about to say both of them can be Mega, and it's going to be the Mega ABOMASNOW. So I'm going to be very curious to see if he actually attacked here, because... It's not a Sash ABOMASNOW, I could have just overheated him. There we go, there we go. That's good, because now I'll be able to get the overheat into the ABOMASNOW, and I will be able to get a single target Hyper Voice as well. And the only thing is, do I take a Waltirium with Sylveon? See, I do not know my Sylveon calcs with Z moves. So, that will be interesting to see. Maybe with a Hail Chip it will put me in range. Be close, but I'm going to go for it. My Sash has been broken as well, so if he Waterfalls my Infernape, then that could be bad. But I'm just gonna... Let's see what he has in the back. He's only really got a Finny, I guess a Garchomp as well that can switch into my Overheat, but close combat after the Intimidate will not knock out his ABOMASNOW, so I'm gonna go for the Overheat and then +1 Hyper Voice. Will turn single target, hopefully, and if he switches... Oh, wow, okay. He's a Scarf Gyarados. That's really, really bad. Like, really bad. It's not enough to knock out, but with the Hail it might be. I'm hoping for no freeze here, because I should take this reasonably well. Okay, good. And is that enough? That is enough. But the good thing here is... Well, I was going to say it's a good thing, because I can bring in a ABOMASNOW, and then my Sylveon's Hyper Voice will go first. But then... if he brings in something like his Garchomp or his Koko, then they can Z-move my Sylveon and KO it before my Rotom can, before my Sylveon can KO his ABOMASNOW. So I'm actually going to go into Aegislash here. It's going to be Garchomp. Okay. It's like, you know, you kind of have to Groundy in the Sylveon, right? You know that you have to. that's a bit of an issue, because if I get this wrong, then this is going to go really badly, because I could double protect, actually. Because, like, you have to grounding in the Sylveon here. Because if you ground in the Aegislash, you just get blown back by Hyper Voice. Right? Right? So by that logic, I'm going to Flash Cannon his Abomasnow and I'm going to switch into my Rotom. If he Groundiums my Aegislash, then I'm very confused, because literally you would just get blown back by the Hyper Voice, so he has to Groundium into my Sylveon here, or at least Poison Jab. That's acceptable. If this is going to be Earthquake, then that's still not the play, because I would have KO'd him. But it is Poison Jab, so that's fine. Okay. And he gets the Poison. So that's actually pretty bad now, because I wonder if Poison Jab would have KO'd. It probably would have done, because now he can get the ground move into my Aegislash, and I can't KO his Abomasnow with my Rotom. So that's not so good. Yeah, this has gone very awkward now. I'm gonna go for King Shield. And I'm gonna go for a Hydro Pump into his Garchomp. This has got very awkward now. Should have brought Salamence. Salamence would have been way better here, because his Abomasnow's in Hyper Voice range, and it does like 60%, I found out, which is way less than I expected. I guess Salamence only has 120 base special attacks, so there's no Sylveon or Gardevoir. Especially because you don't run like modest Salamence either, because you have to run max speed, or you should run max speed at least. But this is a pretty poor situation right now. Okay. That's really bad. So if I'd have gone for Flash Cannon into Abomasnow, things would have been okay, but now I'm going to lose my Rotom. And I was saying it had an amazing matchup against his team if I just avoid the Abomasnow, but now the Abomasnow is going to destroy my Rotom. Because I did not avoid it. So, not good. Because now a Poison Jab can probably KO my Sylveon. The Hail's still around for one more turn, which is not ideal. Now, do I play off Poison Jab not KOing, which I really expect it to do? Or do I protect and play for him not Groundium? Not being Groundium is what I should say. This is the last turn of Hail, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is a crucial turn. I will lose if I get this wrong. I'm gonna Never-Ending Nightmare, because again, like, he still has to take out my Sylveon. I'm gonna Never-Ending Nightmare his Garchomp. And I'm gonna protect, or detect, with my Sylveon. But then again, he might not have to because of what he has in the back, so... Yeah, there's Groundium. So, that's gonna be game over, unfortunately. So, I played around that incorrectly, because he did have the Groundium. He could have gone for it into the Sylveon. Like, I called the Sylveon target correctly, but it was a Poison Jab and not a Tectonic Rage, which was bad. And yeah, I'm getting KO'd to this, so that's not so good. So if I have Hyper Voice there, then like it's annoying as well, because I'm not going to be able to find out his last mon, because I want to know what his last mon was, so that I could work out what I could have done to actually win. So because he had Finny, Coco, and insert Pokemon here. Or insert Pokemon on the bottom screen. Right now, Regice. Of course it's Regice, yeah. Maybe it's Regice in the back, but yeah. No way I can win now. I'm expecting Hyper Voice will knock out both his Pokemon, but I do get to find out if Poison Jab was enough to KO Sylveon, which it will be. Yeah, easily. Didn't expect to live that, so... Unfortunate, if I'd brought my Salamence, things would have been really good. Especially because I got his Abomasnow into range of Hyper Voice very quickly. But... was too scared of the Regice, unfortunately. How often do you have to say that? I don't know, maybe a Double Edge would still do a lot to Regice. It's got 200 base special defense, but it's got, what, 100 defense, which is still a lot, actually. It would easily take a Double Edge, so... But I should have brought my Salamence in that matchup, and it's annoying I don't get to see what his last Pokemon was. I'm hoping it was Regice. I'm just gonna assume it was Regice, just for the sake of him having brought it. So, unfortunate. Yeah, trying to get him to whiff his Groundium wasn't good. Like, my Rotom would have been able to survive an Energy Ball with the Assault Vest, so letting it take the Poison Jab probably wasn't the play, but it's interesting that everyone seems to be running QR teams rather than their own teams. I feel like that's Razor's team. I'm trying to remember what Razor had. Pretty sure he had Ghosty Major Slash. I think it was Assault Vest Landorus. Misty Seed Zapdos. I can't remember the rest. I'm pretty sure he likes his bulky Gardevoir, so I'm going to assume that it's slow. Which means it would take my Double Edge. Now I've got the faster Fake Out, but Infernape isn't so good. It would only really be for Aegislash and Incineroar to an extent. Rotom actually looks pretty good. I'm going to go with Rotom. And I want to lead Sylveon actually. I'm going to go with Salamence as well. And I think I need to bring Aegislash. Mainly for his Aegislash. I need to bring at least one of Aegislash and Infernape. And I've got a pretty speedy Aegislash, so theoretically mine would outspeed and be able to KO with a Ghostium before. And I don't know if Ghostium into King Shield and then Shadow Ball KOs Aegislash, but then in that situation I would just swap King Shields so that I can get him into Blade form. But let's see what we get here. Incineroar and Zapdos. Okay. So he gets a Fake Out onto one of them, but I get an Electro Web or a Calm Mind. Because the Electro Web will surely, like, Incineroars aren't run that fast, so it should, even if he Tailwinds, put the Incineroar slower than my Rotom so that I can Hydro Pump it. Or I get a Calm Mind. Although, to be fair, I could actually just straight up Flare Blitz myself, which is probably a better play, but oh well, too late now. It's a shame I didn't go with Cottony, actually, because it would have stopped the Fake Out and it would prevent, well, probably not prevented, it would have gone straight for Flare Blitz, but here's going to be Fake Out. Into Rotom, okay, that's fine. So I get a Calm Mind instead, which is pretty good. So I'll bring in Salamence here for an Intimidate so that my Sylveon will make it through the turn and get off a Hyper Voice. Well, actually, it might be best to detect an Electro Web first. Because Sylveon is now the threat, so I'm going to Electro Web and detect. And then I bring in my Salamence and Hyper Voice, because this is also wasting his Tailwind turns as well. Because I don't want him having HP Ice against my Salamence while he's in Tailwind. And also, my Salamence could outspeed the Zapdos at -1 in Tailwind. I don't know what the speed was, so. But theoretically, it, like, well, we don't know, but it's going to be Electrium, okay. It wasn't Misty Seed, okay. Ideally, this is into Sylveon, but you would expect this to be into Rotom. But I will take it because of my Assault Vest. But we'll see. Ideally, Sylveon. Nope. Easy. Is it going to be a double target? Yeah, it should have been into Sylveon, so that's pretty good. And that's also good I didn't bring in my my Salamence on the Electrium. But now here I would be bringing it in on a Thunderbolt. So would it be better to just lose Rotom here? No, because I still need the Intimidate, don't I? If I don't need it, I would live. But it wouldn't be ideal. Well, actually, no, it'd be fine, because I can sack my Rotom here and just take the... I'm going to try and hide... No, I'm going to Electro Web, it's better, because then 2 High Voices will KO his Incineroar. But this will be fine, because next turn I can double protect, his Tailwind will go, and then I can get the double KO next turn. So he should probably switch around the next turn, but this Flare Blitz shouldn't KO. He's not going to be Choice Banded or Life Orb or anything. It's going to do a lot. Like, I was expecting a lot, but this will be fine. Well, we'll learn if the Incineroar's Assault Vest now as well, which it most certainly is. But now I can go into... is he in Shadow Sneak range? Probably not. I'm going to go into Salamence, and then I'll go for a double Protect. Hopefully he stays in with both, and then I just Hyper Voice and Calm Mind. That would be the ideal situation right now. So hopefully he gets greedy and goes for a HP Ice and Flare Blitz to make use of his Tailwind. So I'm just going to Protect and Detect. Please don't switch. Good, good. This is a good position now. Like, I could get Calm Mind up. But then, would that really help? Like, because I'm on such low HP that I will be outsped by everything. So I wouldn't be able to survive anything with the Calm Mind anyway, so... might be better just going for a Helping Hand Hyper Voice. Definitely need to remember to Mega Evolve. Although then again, the Hyper Voice would be normal against the Zapdos, which would probably be better, but I'm going to Hyper Voice. Now, do I... like, I should KO both Pokemon here. But then, like, if he switches to preserve, like, Fake Out with Incineroar, then Hyper Voice is better. I'm pretty confident that Hyper Voice is enough to KO both Pokemon. And if it is, Calm Mind is the most optimal play, but it won't matter in the long run, because everything will outspeed Sylveon, apart from Aegislash, which you can't really touch anyway. And it is in range of everything to KO it, so I think I'm going to, like, go for the middle ground Helping Hand. That should be the most ideal. Yeah, because there's no switches, so I could have got Calm Mind. Like, especially because he's -1 speed with both, so I could have got, I could have just spammed the Hyper Voice anyway with both, but this is probably the best, like, middle ground play, because this will KO both Pokemon. So now, I would expect it to be Landorus and Gardevoir coming in, which means I need to take out that Landorus. So we'll see. But those are the two expecting. Finny, okay. And not Landorus. Gardevoir, okay. Aegislash looks like pretty good now. So, it's going to trace Aerialate, which doesn't matter. And it wouldn't have mattered if he traced Pixelate either. He would have just even able to stay in regular Gardevoir form. So now, didn't intimidate me, which means a Double Edge could KO. But I don't know my Double Edge calcs well enough, because I've always run Frustration and Giga Impact. So I do want to play it safe and go for Helping Hand Double Edge into Gardevoir. Actually no, why am I going into Gardevoir? Because he could Hyper Voice both Pokemon, that's why. So if I attack the Gardevoir, then at least one of my Pokemon makes it through the turn. If I Double Edge into Finny, but then it protects, then that's really bad. But most optimal with an Aegislash in the back. Pretty sure I have Aegislash in the back. Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna... Nope, I need to input my moves, so I'm gonna go for Helping Hand Double Edge into Finny. And he's going to protect his Finny, and everything's going to be bad, as he spams his Hyper Voice. So, we have to sit through the animation first, to see whether I called it correctly, because one of them has to protect for him to win. So, and we still don't know, because Helping Hand has higher priority than Protect. Don't protect your Finny. Okay, okay, this should KO, surely. That did not KO. Silence is weak. Should have been a Giga Impact. Okay, not good. Not good. So I'm losing both Pokemon now. And if he gets Calm Mind with Finny, that's really, 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 really bad. Please just attack. Yeah, got Calm Mind. So if I'd have gone for the Helping Hand Double Edge into Gardevoir, that was game over. Because then I could have just attacked him next turn. So, unfortunate. Because now he actually does threaten my Aegislash. So I have to go off Muddy Water misses. Not good. Because I could have just double-edged his Gardevoir. I think like that was theoretically the most optimal thing anyway, because then it guaranteed one of my Pokemon made it through the turn, which made me think he would protect the Gardevoir and attack with this Finny. Because it was more optimal for me to go into Gardevoir, but not good. I'm going to go for a Ghostium to learn, or try and learn the Calc on Finny. Hopefully I make it through the two single target, the Hyper Voice and the Muddy Water. Hopefully you dodge the Muddy Water. I don't expect to win even if I dodge, because this should do a sizable amount, and this will definitely do a lot, but I want to at least be able to attack. Like, I should maybe live, probably. We'll see. But yeah, that's just too much. So like, even if this KOs, I'm pretty sure the Hyper Voice did too much, but if this does KO, then maybe he gets a low roll the next turn. We'll see, we'll see. But it'll be close if this KOs. And that's also something I should probably up in the future, that Helping Hand Double Edge will always KO a Finny. Or at least just a 2-5-2 one, because I'm used to running a lot more attack on... No, not enough. So there was no way back after that Carmine, so unfortunate. There is still a way back. He needs to dodge the next Muddy Water. He needs to, like, if he switches to Moonblast, he'll win. But I need to play for him just still spamming Muddy Water, because he sees a Steel type and goes with not the Fairy move. So I need to play for him not being able to KO my Aegislash with a low roll of Hyper Voice. But if he switches to Moonblast, then the game is over. He should switch to Moonblast. Good. Okay. Yeah, so he knows what he's doing. But I had to play, like, that was a win condition. Because say he did just spam Muddy Water seeing a Steel type, then I'm curious if I also get to see if I live this, this Hyper Voice. Which I didn't pay attention to how much it did before, but it'll be close. But okay, yeah, it didn't live. So there wasn't a win condition there anyway, but that's a shame. So completely the opposite of the previous episode where I promised 2 wins. It didn't happen this time. I wouldn't say I'm surprised that Helping Hand Double Edge didn't KO Finny, because I'm not fully attack invested as well, and Finny is very bulky, but I am quite surprised he went for Hyper Voice and Calm Mind, because he would have just straight up lost if I double edged the Gardevoir. Because he went for Calm Mind. Because then I could have got another double edge onto his Finny and I would have won, but he made the correct play, unfortunately, but there we go. Got to learn for next time, although this next time will probably be the last time with this team, because it's not supposed to be a good Battle Spot Doubles team. But yeah, look forward to that. Thanks for watching.